Hi, friends. Choosing the whistle that you are going to fall in love with and want to play is no easy task. I so want to help with that. I and others. So in this video today, I want to share what I feel from what I've heard from you and what I know are the main criteria that will help you in selecting a whistle that you're going to love and that you can grow with. Don't buy a whistle today that you're going to need to replace next month when you're a better whistle player. Buy a good one now, at least intermediate. Although there are some inexpensive whistles that are wonderful, right? And so I want to help with those criteria. I would love for you to comment. These are the most important criteria I look for in a whistle. You didn't include this on your list, and I wanted to include it on the list. Why in the world did you include that on your list? I want to hear those things. It'd be so helpful. You will help me make my whistle introductions better. And I want to talk about that today, and I would love your help with that. I'd love your comments. I'm going to stick a list of these criteria in the notes to this video so that you could look at them again, and you don't have to come back and look at the screen or download something. You could just see them in the notes to this video. Please share your feelings. Now, one of my commitments to you is one of the things I've learned from a year, a few months shy of 2 years of doing these videos. And, when I first started off introducing whistles, I would love to talk about the instrument and then play it. And I've realized that that's not what helps you as much. I'm committed now to saying, okay, when I start off, I'm going to say, it's this whistle. Here's briefly what it is. Now I'm going to play it. And I'm going to play it more later. And then dive into some of the details. But I want to know what your main things are. What do you want included in that? You see, I don't want a whistle review to last an hour because it could. But I want to play it for you. I want to describe it for you. So, I see the items that I would talk about when introducing an instrument, a whistle in particular, as being preference and black and white, good and bad. There are very few things down here in the go no go area. Most things are up here in the personal preference area. So I want to talk about those. So I'm going to just share the list now and brief mention. Now, whistles are what we call monochromatic, meaning each whistle is in a key. And that means that one whistle can play in a couple keys and easily. And so what key do you want? What key is this whistle? Then, what's the tone like? And obviously that helps with my playing through the whistle in a variety of formats. But does it have a mellow tone, a warm tone, a bright tone? Is it a little fuzzy or chiffy, breathy? What's the tone like? You need to know that, because I know people that have gotten a whistle and said, I don't like the tone of that at all. And they paid good money for a whistle. There are a couple of whistles I've been gifted by a manufacturer. Big shout out to the folk Rob at Carbony and David at Howard has sent me some heads, and some folks have given me discounts, and I so appreciate that, because I'm otherwise, for the most part, spending my money on these because that's my commitment. I'm not going out searching for free. I want to be honest about this. So key, tone, volume. Is this loud? Is it soft? Is it in between? Is this a whistle you're going to sit around with your pets in the house and be able to play? Is this a whistle that will enable you to be heard in a session? So what's the volume like? What's the breath pressure requirement like? We have sometimes a musician might want, because of some physical condition or something else. They might want a whistle that doesn't have a huge breath requirement. Breath requirement often, though, is a direct factor to the tone of a whistle because of the way a whistle is manufactured. So what's the breath pressure requirement for that? Then what's the breath requirement? So you don't want something that feels like you're just blowing straight through a tube. There are easy blowers, and what's the breath pressure to get good tone, and how much air do you need to play the thing? Then weight and balance, that's another factor. How is it a whistle you can hold easily in your hands? How do you like your whistle balanced? Again, these are all opinion things. I know some people that want a whistle where the whistle's light and the head's heavy. I want some people that the whistle's balanced. Some people, there are certain low D whistles that some people don't like because it's heavy in the hand or is uncomfortable in the hand. These are things we need to know. Then, what material's the whistle made of? And this is more important than you think. Material impacts tone. Aluminum is brighter. Brass has more complex tone elements to it. Wood provides a slightly more mellow, rounded tone. What material do you want your whistle made of? Now, interestingly, for a wide variety of reasons, my sister-in-law, for example, she's allergic to many metals, and I know a couple of you are. And I know a couple of you, because we've had these conversations, because of medications you're taking, that metal is just like abhorrent from a taste standpoint. So you want to know what that whistle's made of. And there are great materials, and Delrin's coming into play, and there's just so much available today, and you want to know that too. Then we're thinking, is the whistle tunable or not? Do you want a tunable whistle, not tunable? And so that's a criteria as well. Hole pattern. Do you want the traditional whistle hole pattern that's going to require at least a modified piper's grip? Do you want close hole spacing like on the Carbony, or a key system like Howard provides? Do you want an offset hole pattern? So what of those hole patterns do you want? So that's something to talk about. Responsiveness and playability. Some whistles, because of a combination of breath pressure and the tone they're creating, don't respond as quickly as others. So if you want to play really fast tunes, there's certain whistles you don't want. You want to know about their responsiveness and playability. Then, and one of the things I always hold to the end is price. Sometimes you're going to want a whistle that you're going to have to save up for. That's me all the time. I'm saving for a few whistles right now as we speak. But what's the price? I live on a budget. Everything for me is about cash flow. Will it fit into my cash flow and not hurt I'm not going to dip into my emergency fund to buy a whistle. I don't think that's smart. So what's the price? You want to know that. The availability, this is quite fascinating. There are some whistles you could just go on to the manufacturer or a store and say, I'd like to order this whistle, and it's shipped today or tomorrow. And that's pretty awesome. There are other whistles where you're like, I'm interested in one of your whistles. Oh, okay, that's really nice. So, which one of these whistles would you like? It's like, oh, I'd like this one. It's like, oh, okay. I'm currently making some, so it's going to be a few weeks till I can make that, and then it'll be about 5 weeks before I could ship your whistle. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then, so different, what's the availability? What are you willing to do here? Then what's the location? This is more important than I thought it would be. When you think about how long, I've got a whistle on order that was just shipped out of Turkey, and it'll be here when it gets here because of the post office in the U.S. is taking its time lately. If you're a postal employee, Nothing again. I love the post office, but everybody knows it's taken a while to get things places now. How depending upon where you are, you might have tariffs and import taxes. And I'm in the U.S. and I'm looking at instruments getting more expensive now because of the threat of tariffs. And some of you face that now. So it's possible that you're looking at a whistle that cost X, and then when you put shipping and tariffs and taxes in, you're looking at 2X. That's awful. So I'm sorry about that. So that you need to know where the supplier's located and when you can get it. Then, so those are all the what I call subjective criteria. Then, and I'm almost done. Then you get into the hard and fast go, no go for me. Some of them are more flexible. Fit and finish. That is a pet peeve of mine. If I pay good money for an instrument and it comes and a hole's misdrilled, or the metal's not finished well, and it's just shoddy workmanship, that'll light me up. I don't like that. And you need to know, if I ever receive a whistle that I question the fit and finish, I'm going to tell you. And I don't like to say bad things, but I'm obliged to tell you because you need to know. Now, in addition to this, and this is a little more flexible, your ability to connect with the manufacturer, or at least the store from whom you ordered a whistle. If you've got any questions, like what if it's taken long in shipping? I want to be able to say, hey, you've not given me a tracking number. And there was one time when I ordered a whistle and the whistle just wasn't coming at all. And I connected with the manufacturer and said, I could use that tracking number because it's been over a month. And they're like, well, it'll get there. I want somebody to say, oh, I'm so sorry. Here's the tracking number. I want some compassion. So you need to be able to connect with the manufacturer. Customer service. I want to be able to follow up. What if there was a time when I ordered a whistle, it was one of the least expensive low D whistles, and it came with a hole wallowed out, and I connected with the store from whom I bought it, and they said, oh no, that's terrible. How did that slip through? That means to me that it was manufactured third party, and they're putting their label on it and shipping it through. And that's okay. I wanted it. And they immediately sent me another whistle. And so great. Customer service. And then the warranty. If you're spending good money on a whistle, it should have some warranty with it. So, I know that's a long list, friends. And that's why I say, I will at the start of the videos make sure I give you like a couple highlights and then play the instrument for you, because you might not want to sit through all of that. But is this list too long? Do you want me to consolidate it? Are there things you want me to add? What are you thinking about this? Because I want to craft my whistle introductions in a way that will help you. I don't want to create whistle introductions that will not be of service to you. So help me do that by commenting on this list. If this is helpful, please like the video so YouTube knows to promote our channel. If you're brand new checking us out, please subscribe so that you get some of these reviews and the tunes we're learning and all the fun stuff we're doing as a community. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.